Sorry, Adam. Go Hawks there from Eric. So
Eric's trying to get strangled, I think. He's really testing me lately.
He is going to need help. He is going to have to call 911.
He sure is.
It's the IDP Show, now you know.
Welcome to the IDP Show. I'm your host, Josh Raymer, joined in the Sode Shack tonight. On my right, Adam Markham. On my left, Bobby Reynolds. Gentlemen, how are we this evening?
Always a pleasure to be among such great guys.
We're going to have to stop throwing it to Adam first, Bobby.
You're going to have to throw it this way next time.
Yeah,
Josh.
we're going to throw it left next time.
Keep it more normal.
Don't do it.
Well, welcome in, you all. We are excited you're here. Tonight, we are doing yet another mock draft. This time, IDP only, 3 rounds, big 3 scoring, true position, and start 11 offense and defense. So full starting lineups. We had the 3 of us drafting, as well as Eric Harms and Mike Woellert from the IDP Show, and Joey the Tooth from Football Guys. We've already done the draft. It's done. We went 3 rounds. Yes. Or have we? I don't know. Yes, we have. We have explanations from everyone on their picks. Eric, Mike, and Joey were kind enough to give us some rationale for why they chose who they chose. So we're going to go through those picks round by round and just kind of discuss when you're not fading IDP, just the pure distillation, kind of like the IDP only best ball drafts that we do. You get to see a real pure kind of distillation of how the market and drafters feel about these rookies. But let's kick things off with the first 6 picks here at the 101. No surprise, Adam goes with Cooper DeJean. It crossed your mind, I'm sure.
Sure.
Of course. But no, he goes Dallas Turner, edge, Alabama. Bobby, you go Laiatu Latu, edge, UCLA. I go Jared Verse, edge, Florida State. And then Joey goes Chop Robinson, edge, Penn State. Eric goes Payton Wilson, linebacker, NC State. And Mike goes Cedric Gray, linebacker out of UNC. So, Addy, I don't know really what else has to be said about Dallas Turner, 101 at this point. He's the betting favorite to be the first defensive player taken.
Right.
I mean, it just seems like a layup here at 101.
Yeah, I will say, though, the 101 in this exercise is maybe the worst pick to have. I'd much rather have, let the value fall to me, like not have to be the one that makes the pick at 101, right? Dallas Turner is a good prospect, but, I mean, is he much better than Jared Verse or Latu?
I see all those guys pretty similar.
Exactly. So I'd much rather be like at the 103. Let you guys, do what you want to do, and then I'll just take whoever falls. And even 104, if it's Chop Robinson, Payton Wilson, Cooper DeJean, like that, I'm just much happier in that spot. But anyway, yes, Dallas Turner, that was the pick. Compared to Jared Verse and Latu, he is 21.2, where those guys are 23. So, I mean, that's impressive for me. I think that he has more upside compared to the group. And he also doesn't have the injury issues that Latu has. So.
And we probably are going to see him get better draft capital.
Yeah, I think so.
If what we're seeing right now with the betting odds.
And should land in a good situation,
I think
too. I mean, all those teams that are needy at the top, they're teams that he'll slide right in as probably the top option. So
now, Bobo, you went Latu.
Sure.
I think the reason for that, I thought Latu was going to slip to me at 3, and I was very excited. A lot of buzz, a lot of drumbeat for Laiatu Latu out there in them Twitter streets. But why did you go Latu at 2 and not Verse?
Yes, you're exactly right, Josh. If you've been on Twitter at all in the last 2 weeks, Latu has just, I don't necessarily want to say come out of nowhere, but I mean, he has kind of moved everybody aside and kind of walked into the light here as what I feel like is probably the number 2 best edge rusher in this class. I saw a chart this week of overall pass rush win rates versus just true pass rush sets. Basically, how productive you are as a pass rusher. And Joey Bosa is on kind of one end up top, and then you've got Nick Bosa on the other end, on the far end of the spectrum, right there in between them. Laiatu Latu. So I don't know, man. There's just a lot of these coaches that are in on Latu. His size is really fun. I'm kind of starting to see how interested in some of these defensive coordinators are in talking about how he can drop back into coverage and how you might actually be able to use him more than some of these other like true edge guys. So yes, you're right, Josh. I don't know. I mean, is standard ADP right now probably Jared Verse? Yes, but I feel like Latu and IDP might have a more big play upside to him.
I still think it's going to go Dallas Turner, Jared Verse, Laiatu Latu in the actual draft, but I think Latu is moving up into the teens, whereas before you were seeing him mocked a lot in the early to mid-20s.
Yeah.
So I think he is moving up. I don't know that he's overtaken the other two guys yet as far as draft capital is concerned, but definitely been a riser these last few weeks, Addy.
Yeah, pass rush win rate 26.2 last year for Latu.
Goodness
That was
gracious.
by far the most in the class. Like if you compare him to Dallas Turner, Dallas Turner's was 20.2, so still solid. But 26.2 for Latu. Jared Verse had a 21.2. Chop Robinson 20.9. Also, I do like that Latu has a 10.5% tackle rate. So that's pretty nice. That's a really good tackle rate. Makes me feel like he's going to have a nice solid floor. And then we know about the big play upside there. So, but this is a fun edge class. I've come around on Chop Robinson quite a bit.
We'll see him here.
He's fun. He's going to be a fun value, I think.
Yep.
Because I do think those guys are going to go, be the first three off the board.
Yeah.
And then Chop Robinson's probably going to be available for you. And if you're in a 5-round draft, I'd say he's probably going to be there for you in the 4th round, early 4th, maybe late 3rd at the earliest.
4th, yep. So, yes, I went Jared Verse at 3. And again, I was expecting Latu, but happy to take Verse. I looked it up. 3rd best odds right now, according to FanDuel, to be the first defensive player selected in the draft. But yeah, happy with any of these top 3 guys.
We're probably going to...
I think it's a very clear top 3, especially in big play leagues. But Joey goes with Chop Robinson at the 104. He said Robinson is the most physically gifted edge rusher in the 2024 NFL draft. He's explosive with a full bag of pass rushing tools at his disposal. His production doesn't match his profile, and I'm betting he translates very well to the NFL game. So that was Joey on Chop Robinson. Let's read just kind of the explanations here for these other 2 picks, and then we can talk about what you guys think here. Payton Wilson, Eric said 6'3", 233, and fast, really fast, 4'4", 40 at the combine, and a 9.81 RAS. Averaged 8.5 tackles per game at NC State with a 14.5% tackle rate. The potential is great if he can stay healthy, and he has done just that the last 2 years after working on his nutrition and maintenance programs. And then Mike goes with a little bit of a surprise here. Cedric Gray, linebacker at UNC. Mike said there was a glimmer of hope that Payton Wilson would fall, but Harms crushed that dream. The top edge rushers went 1 through 4 based on the scoring, so I was cool getting my LB2 of the class here. Good size and solid in coverage, can also blitz, 15% tackle rate over the last 2 seasons, and has appeared in over 1,700 snaps. So what do we think about 104 through 106 here, Addy?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're good picks. Cedric Gray, that's maybe a bit of a hot take, but I like it. I mean, as far as production goes, yeah, I mean, Cedric Gray is really, really good. 7.24 RAS on the athleticism side, but yeah, production-wise, I mean, 8.7 tackles per game. It was also really good at TFLs, had 29 TFLs across 42 games, so that was 0.7 TFLs per game. And then, yeah, graded pretty solid PFF-wise, but yeah, like Mike mentioned, 14.4% career tackle rate there at UNC, so good option. But yeah. I don't see him really being ranked that high. I mean, I don't know that you have to take him that high. I feel like you could wait on Cedric Gray a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think you could. I think there's a strong case to be made that Cooper DeJean should probably be the 106. Depending on how you feel about the linebackers. I
think so. Mike's a big linebacker guy, though.
He is. He's the Green Dot King, folks. So he's on brand going with Cedric Gray at 106.
I think Cedric Gray could be the sleeper from the class. That being said, at 106, I do think it's too high here because there's other values to be had. And honestly, I'm not even sure if Cedric Gray, he probably wouldn't have gotten back around to Mike.
No, I don't think so. So what do we think about, I mean, Payton Wilson going as the first linebacker off the board.
Yeah, no arguments there.
Makes a lot of sense.
He's my LB1. I haven't seen the recent rumblings. Yeah. But I mean, I'm betting on the production. I'm not expecting, to have Payton Wilson for 10 years, but I feel like, he could give me a ridiculous 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
But we're going to sell him quickly.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Shaq Leonard type thing,
sure.
Right? I mean, you worry about a guy like that breaking down, but you could see him, start out extremely hot, then cash out.
Yep.
Get you a first, potentially. Yeah.
There you
Love
go.
that.
Let's go the back half of the first round, though, here, and start at the 107. Mike goes Mo Kamara, edge, Colorado State. 108, Cooper DeJean, DB, Iowa is Eric's pick. And then 109.
Play Eric.
I don't know which one it is, Bobo. I can't put that kind of pressure on myself. 109, Chris Brazzers, Braswell, edge, Alabama is Joey's pick. And then Edgerrin Cooper is my pick. You go Junior Colson at 111, linebacker, Michigan. And then Addy wraps up the first round with Johnny Newton, formerly Jerzon Newton, IDL, Illinois. So let's take it from the top, though. Mo Kamara, he seems to be sort of in that cluster of edges outside the top 4.
Yeah.
Because I think you can lump Chop in as like a tier down from the top 3 in like his own tier, unless you want to group somebody else in that Chop Robinson tier.
So
No, I agree with that. That's pretty good.
Mo Kamara at the combine, 6'1", 248, ran a 4.58 40, a 1.58 10 split. He had a 34.5-inch vert, a 10-foot broad, 23 on the bench, and he was a favorite of Daniel Jeremiah's due to his motor and his physique. I love Mo Kamara. I think that you're exactly right, Josh. After the big 4, it's kind of just like, who do you like here at edge? And I think that in the NFL draft, Mo Kamara could actually be a guy that the NFL likes more than maybe we do right now in IDP, and that after the NFL draft, Mo Kamara looks like a really good 107 at this point.
Yeah, Mike said steady increase in production during his time at Colorado State, 18.7% pressure rate and 31% win rate during the 2023 season, and finished with 17 sacks. Love the production. It was a toss-up between Kamara and Braylon Trice. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, Kamara, 7.96 RAS score. And then career-wise, pressure rate, 18.1%. And then, PFF grades were also really good. Now, it was at Colorado State, so, I mean, the competition wasn't like, some of these other guys. But still, I think that, he'll be someone drafted in the second round, right?
I
That
think
everyone's
so.
going to get excited about.
Yep.
Let him clog up your roster.
Yep.
Probably never be able to play him.
Cut him loose.
Other than a bye week.
Yeah, pick him up as a bye week fill-in if somebody goes down. Somebody pulls a Washington and trades their 2 edge rushers mid-season. Cooper DeJean at the 108. We know all about Cooper DeJean on this show. We love Cooper. DeJean has a very good chance of playing in the sweet spot. He could also be a safety with CB eligibility for at least his first year. He's great at punt returns and has the skill to be a great kick returner with the new kickoff rules. Excited to see his numbers Monday when he has his pro day. He has been medically cleared and will be doing his own official workout for teams.
April 8th, folks.
That's right. Mark
Cooper
it down.
DeJean Day.
Also, I knew he wasn't making it back to me. Sorry, Adam. Go Hawks there from Eric. So
Eric's trying to get strangled,
Yeah.
I think. He's really testing me lately.
he is going to need help. He is going to have to call 911.
He sure is.
And then Chris Brazzers Braswell at 109. Chris Braswell has the potential to see the
Josh
field.
is drafting this guy just for that.
I know. I really have to now. I feel like to see the potential to see the field early with his blended skill set. He has SEC production matched with his arsenal. Braswell has a lightning quick first step with a high level football IQ. His ability and coverage gives him 3 down potential. So, and I went Edgerrin Cooper at 110. That's our number 1 consensus linebacker in our rookie ranks at the IDPshow.com. Our consensus number 5 overall player.
Yeah.
So
That's great value, man.
Great value at 110. Very happy with
Rock
that.
with the IDP show. The ranks are out of control across the board.
Keep in mind that at the combine at 6'2", 230, Edgerrin Cooper ran a 4.52 40 with a 1.54 10 split. That just makes me laugh. That's kind of comical.
910 RAS for Mr. Edgerrin Cooper.
Yeah, that's pretty dirty.
Yeah, that's sick. So Junior Colson, Bobo, wrapping up the first round here.
Yeah, I think if you've paid attention to the Twitter streets and the love for Latu, you can't miss the love for Junior Colson as well. Will the hype get that crazy to where, maybe he finds a home with the Chargers and Harbaugh? I don't know if it's going to get to that point, but I think Junior Colson could sneak up and be a higher drafted linebacker in the NFL draft than we and IDP think he's going to right now.
Lots of upside. One of the youngest linebackers in this class. He is 21.3.
I think he is Dane Brugler's LB1.
Really?
I think so.
13.3% career tackle rate. Very good. Grades are okay. 78.6 last year, 69.5.
What do we think about
4.
Braswell? I don't want to skip over that one.
I
at
like
109.
Braswell.
He is our 11th overall consensus player. pretty good.
He's in that mix, right? After Chopped, right? It's like, yeah, he's a solid player. I think he's a 8.71 RAS, was pretty productive at Alabama.
I feel like we need help with Mo Kamara and we need help with Braswell. NFL help. We need some actual NFL draft help. Once we see where these guys go in the draft, once we see their landing spots, that's going to help a lot in terms of where these guys are going to be drafted.
Braswell just wasn't very productive at Alabama. So he had 10.5 sacks.
Have y'all seen where he's maybe getting mocked? Is he a second, third round guy? I'd be curious what the NFL thinks.
I haven't seen many first rounds. I mean, I would say
I doubt he's going to go
second,
first.
third.
Second. He'll be like mid-second.
I think 3 edges are going first, right? I don't think Chop sneaks in there. Maybe he sneaks into the back of the first, kind of like an Odafe
I
Owe
think so.
type of situation.
And that's what if Chop lands in Baltimore?
That would be pretty nice. We got our next Odafe Owe on our hands.
Stop it. Don't you put that on
Oh, my
him.
God. We really do.
Stink on him. Addy, you wrapped up here with the artist formerly known as Edgerrin Newton at the 112. Take us through your thought process there going IDL.
Yeah, I mean, I like Newton quite a bit. He is my 9th overall ranked player. I think him and Byron Murphy are toss-up. I go back and forth between them. But, yeah, I mean, Newton, 21.6 years of age, so young dude, very productive, probably the most productive out of all the defensive tackles. Good tackler, 4.25 tackles per game. He had 18 sacks at Illinois, 27.5 TFLs. So, yeah, I mean, good numbers. Young guy. PFF numbers really, really good too. 0.5 PFF grade as a junior, 84.9 as a senior. So I like old Johnny Newton.
I know. I like him going to Johnny. Reminds me of Johnny the Greek. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
happy to have a guy like that on my roster.
Another Johnny in IDP.
Another
Always
Johnny
nice.
in our lives is great.
But yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a first-round pick, right?
He is. I
He's
think
he's one of the top 2 DTs.
I think him and Byron Murphy probably both go first round, if I had to guess.
A little undersized, but that's kind of how it goes at defensive tackle. These pass rushing types, at least. So I feel good about Newton. I'm hoping he lands in a good situation.
So there you go, folks. That is the first round of our IDP only rookie mock draft. Thank you for watching this video. We've got other videos breaking down the second and third round. So if you want some deeper IDP sleepers for your rookie draft, check out the link in the description for rounds 2 and 3. But thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
It's the IDP Show.